Welcome to session 9 of building applications using Winforms. In this session, we are going to see creating custom controls. As we have already seen, Winforms provides us with a wide range of controls like the text box, radio button, and checkbox control, along with many others. These controls suffice most of an application's requirements. However, there are times when we require controls that cater to a specific task in a particular application. For example, we may want users to be authenticated before they enter a certain part of an application. In this case, the best thing is to ask the users to enter a valid username and password in a login dialog box. For this, we would need to create a login dialog box using two label controls, two text box controls, and two button controls. Then we would group them together and write the code required to perform the login operation. This definitely is a tedious job. Moreover, if a second application requires to use the same login dialog box, we need to follow the entire procedure again. In such situations, it would have been much easier if the previously developed login dialog box was available to us in a form of a control. This is where custom controls come to our rescue. We can create a login dialog box and save it as a control, and then anytime we require it in any application, we just need to drag and drop it onto the form from the toolbox. From the above example, custom controls are made up of normal controls. Since these controls are a combination of two or more controls, they are also termed as composite custom controls. These composite custom controls have their own properties and events. A dice control is an example of a composite custom control. This control can be created using a text box and a push button. The functionality of this control will be to automatically generate any random number between 1 and 12 whenever the push button is clicked and displayed the generated number in a text box. The control can be used when creating the snakes and ladder game, and the same control can then be used when creating the Monopoly game. So in this session, we begin with a discussion on different concepts like COM, OLE, and ActiveX controls. Next, we take a look at how to create custom controls, add properties to it, and associate events with the controls. Then we go on to discuss how to create new controls from the existing Winforms controls and how to integrate Office applications with Winforms. So to begin with, we come to the session objectives wherein we identify the need for custom controls. We create a simple Winforms custom controls. We add properties to custom controls, associate events, inherit from existing Winforms controls, and last we come to integrate Office applications with Winforms. So Winforms provides some normal controls like we have a text box, a radio button, a checkbox. With this we can have some additional features incorporated and we can create our custom controls. Now this custom control can be used as a normal control in other applications. Composite custom controls means we are combining two custom controls together and changing their properties and controls. We come to component object model, or we call it as COM. Object oriented technology always emphasizes on the reusability of the object. However, to attain this, the programmers need to be concerned about platform independence. and portability of the code. Managing a big program is also a major concern. COM has evolved as a solution to all these problems. In the following sessions, we will be discussing the conventional way of a software application development that the software vendors have always demanded. So, coming to component based software development, an application developed following the traditional approach of programming is divided into files, modules, or classes. These modules or files are compiled and linked to libraries in order to generate monolithic applications. Such applications are static in nature. That is, even a small change in one part of the application affect other parts of the application as well. Thus, to incorporate a change, the entire application has to be compiled into a newer version. The new version of the application then needs to be developed, deployed, and distributed to the users. This entire process is very time consuming and expensive and not readily acceptable. Moreover, with a rapid changing industry scenario, the applications require frequent changes to be incorporated. The need of the time is a quicker way of modifying the applications so as to incorporate the additional requirements. To cater the needs of the industry, the approach towards developing an application has changed.